Gangster.
Gingers are creepy.
Yes, we are.
They're not.
This is fun, isn't it?
They're not, but they are. Oh,
We're back.
we're back.
Back to cutting clothes.
We're cutting close.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Oh, we got an exciting one this week. Yeah, we do. We got 2 guests.
Hey.
Yeah, we do. So we got Keith Lemon has arrived today.
Literally, it was turning in my head. I was like, who the fuck is he going to say? The second guest.
See you for a week. I'll see you for a
Right.
window. Nah,
Jesus.
Josh
I knew the
wore
hat was
hat.
gonna come into
Yeah,
play.
you're going to get it. At
I
some
was
point.
going to wear it last week. I decided against it because I didn't feel like being ripped into. But I'll be honest, when you look this good in it, I'll take anything.
You gotta do it.
You tell yourself.
You get it? Wow.
Mr. Minagi.
Yeah, well, alongside Keith Lemon this week, we've also got Rosie
Oh.
Matheson.
Rosie Matheson.
That's right.
Thank you
Good.
for coming.
And
Thanks for
yeah,
having me.
Rosie's here. Well, Rosie actually is a photographer based in LA. Well, actually all over the gaff, but LA a lot of the time.
Everywhere, yeah.
And she works with loads of people like, well, you got Rita Ora, Lenny Kravitz, Billie Eilish, all the Dons.
Some big names there.
Big names. Not as big
so
as
with
Rosie.
Rita, for example, you're kind of like Rita's like personal photographer, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's happened like over. I met her probably about 2.5 years ago. And a couple of friends of mine, one of them, Charlie, a director, was directing a video for her. And they were like, do you want to come do stills? And I was like, yeah, all right. And that was in LA. And I was like, cool, let's do it. And then got there and then just got on with her instantly really well.
Yeah.
Also, I was just shooting film, and a lot of the time people were like, oh, have you got digital? Have you got this? That? And she was just like, no, I love it. And just like snapping pics of her just eating her breakfast. And I was like, okay, cool. We're going to get on because
I love
you're not
breakfast.
high maintenance. Yeah, I'm like, this is great. And then had the shoot and basically had a tattoo artist on the shoot. And Rita the whole day was like, I want to get tattooed. And I was like, okay, right, let's see you at the end of the day if there's time. Got to get this video done. And then she was like, okay, I'm going to hit you up about this because I still want to get tattooed. And it was a friend of mine. And I was like, cool. The next morning, I wake up,
Everyone's getting
message Rita. She's like, oh, can I still get tattooed? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. Come through. I'll figure it out. Come through today. So I go to the tattoo studio with my friend. And then Rita shows up with Taika. And I'm like, okay, lit, let's go. And then she's like, Taika's going to go first, but I need to go food shopping. And I was like, she's like, I've got a big dinner tonight. I need to go food shopping. She's like, do you want to come? And I was like, yeah, actually, I'd rather do that than sit here watching the tattoo.
So,
And then
Because it's quite boring actually watching someone else get
we
tattooed.
just sat around.
Yeah.
And then she's like, I don't even know what they're going to get, figure out. And then she's like, can you drive? And I was like, yeah. Next thing I know, these keys are thrown in the air. I'm like, and then
Where was
off we
this, by the
go.
way? So
In LA.
It was in LA, right.
And we were in West Hollywood. And then, threw me
Born
the
and
keys
raised.
to the car. And then off we went.
do you remember what the
to Whole
tattoo
Foods
was?
and off we went. What Rita got?
What they all got.
Taika got like a snake on his arm, and then she got something on her side. But then next thing you know, we're in Whole Foods doing her food shop for the night. But we just had such a good time. And I was like, it's one of those weird moments where it's like, actually, I feel like we're going to get on.
Do you know, I think it's funny because in a situation like that, food shop with someone, actually, I feel like you get to know someone.
And it's
because
quite personal.
Yeah, it is
like, I'm
personal.
so, what are you making tonight?
Yeah.
What do we need to get?
Was it
so we're
vegan?
just there. No, it was definitely probably like beef or something. But we were just like in the aisles just figuring out what was needed.
Have you been to Whole Foods, Quillan?
I've never been to Whole Foods. no.
I mean, when I was in the States last, we went to Whole Foods. Lucy had to go just because it's Whole Foods.
Yeah.
It's like a different world, though.
It is.
Compared to what we know here.
Also,
like,
food shop in America is really hard. Like, I never know where anything is.
yeah.
Like, there's
What's the big
so much.
difference?
No, but there's so much stuff.
It
There's like
doesn't
100
matter.
varieties of everything.
Yeah.
And it takes me, still, I've been there 4 years. It takes me hours to find what I need.
On
I'm
your
in there
shake.
for,
And
honestly,
they're not
so
exactly
long.
small, are they? They're,
No.
everything's
And there's like
massive.
100 versions of everything. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, went food shopping. The rest is history. After that,
look
I was
at you
like,
go.
you're my friend.
So that's just how it sparked initially.
Yeah,
Isn't
and
it
then
mad,
then
though?
we just kept shooting. But like after that, I think it's just like one of those experiences you have where you're just like person to person, just a normal thing, and we just had a laugh.
You
and
just
then-
got each other.
So before Rita then, when
Yeah.
you were over here, so where did it start initially with the photography? 'Cause
I mean, so like years ago when it must go back to like 2013, I used to like DM people like, do you know people like Reggie Snow?
I love Reggie
Loyle
Snow.
Carner? I used
Reggie
to-
Snow's Irish.
So I used to be a
boys. Yeah.
SoundCloud freak. Like I used to be on there listening to like King Cruel, Reggie
King-
Snow, Loyle Carner, like before they were anyone, and I love them. So
He's fucking lighting up over there. He's
That's
buzzing.
like, they're all my favourite artists.
So I think I went on like, I don't even know. I think I went on Twitter and I messaged Reggie Snow and I was like, I really want to shoot you. And he was like, he was still in Dublin. He's like,
so American.
he's like, funny you said that because like I've just
need
got
to.
signed to like, I think at the time it was like Elton John's management. He was like, so I'm going to be in London soon. But he's like, we're going to need a reason to shoot. And I was like, cool. So I go on Google and I'm like, hip hop magazines, UK, London. And I find one called Wordplay. So then I message them and I'm like, hey, I've got a shoot with Reggie Snow. Do you want to take it?
Well, you got,
And they're
literally
like,
got to shoot your
Is
shot.
that the
haven't
initial one that kicked it off then?
pretty, like in the music world, yeah. Before that, I was just out and like shooting, like just people I street casted or in Brighton.
Some of the portraits are unbelievable, to be fair. Like aside from like who they are, like the
I think it's the composition of
the
pictures. I feel like obviously we'll tag Rosie on here so you can check out her work, but like it is the composition of the photo as well as the person in it is very interesting, whether it's striking or they're massive people. But like it is the composition that makes it so cool. And I think we look at images all the time, right?
Yeah.
But I think even for the average Joe to be able to like look at an image and think that's not an accident.
Yeah.
Like that you knew what you were capturing.
Yeah, yeah.
And I wanted to ask you, like, what is it that maybe inspires that? Do you know what you're going to go? Like, do you have an inspiration of what you want to shoot before you go into it? Or?
I mean, you know what? Not really, but my thing is always like trying to capture someone as they are. Because I feel like, especially when I was younger, I was such an introverted person. So like, I was always like, I want to get just a connection between us and then capture who they are rather than as this big fucking like performance, you know, and like them like posing too much or whatever. I just wanted to talk to them and then find something that looked like themselves. And then like remake it. So basically that's kind of was always my approach.
Right.
But like people like, like I loved people like Reggie Snow, Loyle Carner. So I just hit them up and went to shoot them.
Because Reggie Snow and Loyle Carner used to always, they have a couple of songs together, don't they?
Yeah. So that time it was kind of, they were just like
kicking off and going for it.
Yeah,
That's
it was kind of
sick,
going. And I was like, you know what? You just got to ask.
Run with it. That's a good way to start though. It's a good name to start with.
Otherwise it's like, what are you doing? And I used to help everyone.
Hot, innit?
Yeah.
You just got to put yourself out there.
And I was just like living at home in Brighton, just like, okay, I know I want to do photography. Just got asked.
Well, it started off well. You obviously knew the people to go for at the start then.
I mean, but back then it was like very much, I feel like in that time as well, like I'm in like in the same age group and people was like Little Sims, I used to shoot her and message her and like Etta Bond, and like used to message her. So it was like a very much, everyone was kind of doing their thing, but
starting
like
at the same time
come-ups.
almost.
Yeah, so the timing of it all was like.
So you got in at the right time as well then?
Yeah.
Clicked with the right people.
Which I feel like you just have to just go for it.
It's
so
just
it was very random because I had nothing portfolio wise, like nothing. Like,
you knew you wanted to do, so it works that way. And also, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I didn't even know you worked for Reggie Snow. No, I'm a bit.
You're a bit gassed now. It's just the names we've already said on and up.
No, but but I prefer like Loyle Carner and Reggie Snow. Like, they're unbelievable. Like they are. Really? They're like theirs I liked when I was younger.
Yeah, yeah.
And still, like I mean, so Loyle Carner in Berlin. And that is probably one of the best gigs I ever went to.
Yeah.
And that guy is just.
But I loved him. Like I went to a show of like Loyle Carner's and I think it was like Elephant and Castle or somewhere random, and he was just playing a show in a pub, and I was just like, "You're fucking sick! Like you're going to be massive."
I need to photograph this guy.
Yeah, I was like,
because you don't actually. Sometimes you can't call it.
Yeah.
Can you, when someone you know someone's going to kind of make it.
Yeah.
So I suppose almost being a part of that at the start is like even it makes it even more sweet, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
That's so cool to be a part of it. I think.
Yeah, but I remember when I like first shot them, I had no idea what I was doing, like no idea whatsoever. But I was just like.
So were you interested in photography before that started then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what made you pick up a camera first?
Like my parents' friend, he's a photographer called Zed Nelson. And he's the best, like amazing. Like he's so good. Like shoots on like medium format film. Shoots on medium format film. He shot my parents' wedding on like 35mm film. And I was like I was the only child. And so like I feel like growing up in this world of like my parents always threw parties. So it was like my way to fit into this like environment of adults. And I guess that's the whole thing. It's like a way to fit in. So it's like you want to meet these musicians, this is the way to fit in. Here you've got the camera, you can go into their world. And like that's a space for you. Otherwise like
so it's all down to that Zed.
So it was kind of, yeah.
Viva la Zed.
Because I think I was going to kind of bring up because I think like a lot of kids, if you're creative, like I remember picking up a camera for the first time. I've got like a DSLR camera.
Yeah.
And I've always loved like wildlife, so I remember like getting my camera for the first time and like going out in my garden, just looking up and just like taking pictures. But then I think because I wasn't actually like genuinely inspired of what I was doing, it never really took me that next step.
Yeah.
But I always appreciate when people stick to something.
Yeah. But same, like I look back with my mum and it's hilarious. Like, I used to come home from school and then like set up a camera and a tripod and a flash like in the bathroom and do like put my head in a sink of water and do like some like slow-mo flash photography of the water dropping off. And she's like, "Are you all right?" And then luckily it just like it did develop.
Spiraled out of control then. Yeah. Well, it's worked well.
I always kind of loved it, you know. It was like
that's
a self-expression and
playing around with it.
Yeah. But I was like heavily into that as a teen, and then as soon as I was like 17 or so, then I was like, okay, I'm going to start reaching out to people and like.
That's so sick though.
But that's what
such a good way to start though.
Otherwise, it's like, what am I going to do? Go to university and do like English or history, which I'm good at on paper, but I don't care, you know.
You want to do something you enjoy.
Yeah,
so
stay in education.
And my parents were always like, if you can do what you want to do
it. Go for it.
Well, that's what they say. If you're doing something you love doing, you're not really working.
Yeah.
But that's another thing as well. So I wanted to bring up before we carry on. How did this all happen? Because really, it
Well,
almost
actually-
seems random. It's the first time I've met Rosie today, but
Yeah.
how
Well,
did
actually,
this
all
happen?
started with my unbelievable photography skills. So.
To be honest, yeah.
Your
it did.
photography skills.
Actually, yeah.
He just
No,
fucking
it's-
used a black and white filter.
I did, yeah. It looked great. No,
So
it was,
I'm fucked off
No,
because I
talk
cut him
us through it,
first. Go on,
talk us
please
through
tell
your
the story.
shoot.
No, so what happened effectively is actually, I still talk about it, to be fair. So Rosie's dad used to come to the barbershop for haircuts. And this is before I even knew Rosie, to be fair. I just cut his hair.
Yeah.
And your dad came in, and I still remember what he was wearing. He had Vans on, and he had like these Dickie trousers and a Carhartt t-shirt.
Such a cool guy.
And I remember he walked in. I don't know how old your dad is, but he was a bit older. And
Yeah.
he walked in, but he was dressed so sick. And I
Yeah.
straight away said to him, I was like, mate, I was like, this is a good
like,
fucking
but
outfit.
do you know what, for a man of his age, I'm assuming your dad must be 60s, early 60s.
Yeah, no.
Like he was like impeccably dressed and very
He looked so
effortlessly.
cool. But he just talked about, well, I love clothes, and he was just talking. We were just talking about clothes effectively for the whole haircut. And I took a photo of him at the end because his haircut's quite cool too. He had
Yeah.
like a cool little side part, and took a photo, and I put it out there. I think you texted me.
Yeah, because
maybe a
he came back and he said, "Oh, my picture was taken. It's probably on Instagram."
Was
And
he
I
was
like,
he chuffed? Was he chuffed?
Yeah, I think so. And I was,
Love
me and
those.
Mum were like, "All right," and then I was like, "Okay, let me look."
And you found it.
And then I found it. And I must have messaged you and been
Yeah, because
like,
at the time, then you texted me, and you said, I think you asked for the photo, so I sent you the photo.
"Yeah,
And then I saw your Instagram, and I saw the people that you were working with, and I just thought it was cool because I was like, this is interesting, the people
Fuck.
you're working with. And then I think we said we'd go for a beer, never did it.
yeah."
And then it was about what? It must have been, we didn't, yeah.
Never happened.
Well, I'm also, no, I'm bad for that anyway.
had a
Like,
quick
I'm
vibe
bad for
before,
lining
but
up plans and never following through.
Yeah.
My friends will know that I'm not a nice person. But then,
You tend to be nice.
but then it was
that's
like
what
2 years later, I was at a gig in Ali Pali with my brother, and you were, it must have been about a year or 2 years later
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
You were sitting in front of me randomly, and I was like, I said to my brother, I was like, I swear I know her.
Yeah,
I
we're
was
on the
like,
train, and I'm like, this random guy comes up to me. He's like, "I know your dad." And I'm like, "Wow, I've heard a lot of things for that one."
Yeah.
good way to lead
That's
it.
the
Yeah, I mean,
first.
it
Yeah, I'm
worked.
like, "Who are you?"
Instant security.
But then that was the funny thing, because
That
then,
was my dad.
because then we turned around. So obviously I'd had a few beers, so I was a bit more confident to be like, I know you, I know
Yeah.
your family.
I know where they live.
Straight in. Yeah.
But then I turned around, and then I think it was your uncle and your aunt and your cousin were there, and I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I was like, hold on, I was like, Josh cuts their hair, and then it just kind of all linked together.
Yeah.
Josh cut your uncle and like cousin's hair,
Yeah.
and then we were all, I was a bit like, oh, so everybody just fucking knows
Knows
everyone.
But no
I
one's
was
even
like,
that local. I mean, like you're not from like the area around the shop, nor is your dad. It was just
yeah.
it was all like just
mad.
situational at that time.
yeah,
Yeah.
But
yeah,
it's
and
led
then-
to,
Meant
led
to
to this
be.
moment. I mean, you're our first guest, and we're really like
Love
buzzing to
that.
have you on here. It's
Yeah,
really,
no,
it's
it's
really,
great.
but it's really, yeah. Which
But it's mad.
it's
I'm
it's
like-
fun. It's just the way I like the way it links up like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, and luckily this linked up because I texted you a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Just because, like with the podcast, we want to get people on that we want to have conversations with that we find
Yeah.
interesting. And luckily, you were like, "Well, I'm going back to LA on like the 23rd," and I was like,
Yeah.
"Right, well,
Got about
we
3
got
days.
one day."
So we just
I was like,
got it in.
and then it worked.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Here we
now we're
are.
here having a sick little conversation, a bit of fun,
that's
and,
what
fucking,
it's about, isn't it?
and the coffee tastes amazing. So
It
it's
does
like,
taste
it's
great.
like
Cheers to the coffee.
Cheers
Thanks,
to
H and Co
coffee.
Coffee.
H&Co.
innit?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
But no, it's just it's good. But it's interesting to see where you started and where it's come to now.
Yeah.
And then you were saying now you're heading back to LA in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And like, what kind of things have you got going on then when you get back?
I have a gallery at Leica that I've got in June,
Nice.
and then I think I'm going to go on tour most of July. And then I've got personal projects I want to get back into.
Yeah.
So I feel like, I don't know, like when I started out, it was all purely like personal work, and just personal projects that led to
Ginger.
getting paid work and getting work going on. And then now I just haven't done any of that because
Yeah.
you just get so swallowed up by like the industry and making money and doing.
So you're just doing your thing every day.
So now I
and then,
really want to go back. Like I'm desperate to go back into like directing like a personal project.
Cool.
that I've been like thinking about honestly for probably like 4 or 5 years, and
Do
I'm
you know
like,
what?
it's time to do it.
Are you allowed to even talk about what you're going to go
I mean,
into? You're
it's
trying to
kind
keep it
of
under
like
wraps.
from the boys project I was doing, but to
That was
kind
cool,
of
yeah.
do it in America, which I think is quite a mad.
They were some of the photos
task.
from Camden, isn't it? Was there was a couple of cool photos
I mean, it
in there
kind
that
of
was like,
started with the guy with the freckles, Elliot.
that's the photo.
It was
That's
in
a cool photo.
2015, which is crazy. I'm like, how?
Cool.
2015,
Yeah, putting that
so
perspective, it's quite a long
11
time
years
ago.
ago.
Now. Mm.
And I, at that point as well, like, I had no idea what I was doing. But one of my friends, tattoo artist, was like, "You need to shoot this guy," and I was like, "All right, cool." And then I was in Camden and I
Cute.
noticed him. Yeah, I noticed him.
So you keep saying shoot and we talk about America,
And
it's
I
just
was-
sending me into that
Straight
school
to that.
shooting thing. Oh, sorry, kids.
And then I was in Camden, I noticed him, and I was like, I need to work with you. I need to shoot you. My friend, blah blah, told me
Sorry, try not
that.
to say shoot. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you conscious of it. Pew pew. Yeah.
No, I was in Camden. I noticed him, and I was like, I need to work with you. And then he was
LA
like, come
sunset.
to the skate park. And I was like, cool. So I went back and I had 2 rolls of film because at this point, like, I'm like, I don't know, 17, 18. I don't have that much money. Like, film's expensive.
Yeah.
So I went with like 2 rolls of film and then just shot him in the skate park. We barely spoke to each other, but I was like fucking gassed. I was like, yeah.
Got these
sick.
photos done.
And then it was the second photo before, I remember the second photo before the film ran out. And I was like, can you just shut your eyes? And he closed his eyes. And then I didn't ever know, but that photo like changed my fucking life and career, because that's what like got picked up by the Portrait of Britain Award.
Okay.
And then just like went everywhere across England, like on bus stops and train stations.
They are unbelievable
And
photos.
then that
though.
like changed everything. But it was literally just, yeah.
That's such a cool way to kick it off,
It's
though, isn't it?
mad,
And then
yeah.
get into it. So then you were here based at this time here in London,
yeah.
or was it Brighton, London?
I was in Brighton at that point.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then when did you decide to do your own thing and head off to LA and try something new
And
then?
then I went to LA 4 years ago, but I'd been going for probably the last like 7 years.
Okay.
So I first got put on a job with my friend Holly, who's a stylist. And we got put on a job from a magazine and they said, you two have to meet at Heathrow. And she's a stylist, and off you go. And like, I street casted all these people and found them on Instagram as well. So we went out to shoot for a magazine, and it was like the best stuff I've ever done. Like, I loved it. I was obsessed. Like, the people, like, fascinating, amazing looking. The locations, like, we just basically went to their local areas and shot them. And like, everywhere just looked like a film set. Yeah. Especially, I think, like, when you come from London, it's kind of like everywhere kind of looks the same, and it's concrete and it's grey and it's bricks.
I think it's funny because you kind of spoke about it before. We had a quick drink before, and I've always found with LA, and I don't know if it's the film or TV thing, but as soon as you touch down there, it kind of feels like you're in a film.
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't know if that's being Brits and like LA is that kind of magical place. But do you feel like that even though you live there now after 4 years?
I still I feel like I'm on a holiday.
Really?
I'm like, it's
a nice way to be, though, like day to day.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's like every building is different and it's colourful and it's hand painted and the shop signs are hand painted.
I love the culture there as well, though, because I feel like it's really celebrated. I feel like that's what we maybe don't see as much here. Like, I know, especially in the States, that like, even though it's obviously American, but obviously there's so much influence from like Mexico, then you've got like South America. So like there's different parts of LA that you go to that are like, you feel engulfed by a different culture.
Yeah, totally.
But, yeah.
And it's amazing. It's just like, so it's like the opposite of here, basically. And I love it here, but I'm like, I don't know. As soon as I used to go out there, I was like, this is different.
That's the place.
What are the main things? What are the main things that you feel like are really different?
I mean, number one, blue skies, sunshine. The palm trees.
That goes great with your skin.
But like I do.
Yeah, I was like, you must burn.
To be fair, I'm always in the shade. When you wake up and look out the window, you're like, yeah, I want to get up.
Right.
And I want to go and enjoy it.
It's a big point, that though.
Whereas
like,
here
mentally.
it's like, oh God, and I've got
Do you ever feel like that in Ireland? Do you ever feel like, because the skies are so blue, you must
I'm a bit weird. I actually quite like the rain, so I'd struggle in LA. I burn like a bitch, man. I'm like, I can't do it. Like, I go on holiday, it's 20 degrees. I'm like, that's too much for me.
Too much.
I've got to the age where I just realise I burn. So I'm not going to put myself in that position. Like, but when people are like, oh no, I'll get a tan by tomorrow. No, you're not. Sorry, I've got a best mate who's also ginger, and he always acts like he doesn't burn. And he burns every time. What's the fucking point?
I've had some terrible
You might as well
burns,
just admit
but
you're going to burn.
Yeah. I try stay in the shade, but I enjoy just like, and also shooting on film, which is like primarily what I do. I'm like, it needs the sunshine.
So you need that to make it work.
Amazing, yeah.
So then, I suppose, apart from that, then the creativity side of LA, because
it seems
and I feel
like the people, like, I don't know, there's like this perspective on America, but I feel like LA is somewhere that people go to like make shit happen, make their dreams come true.
It's a hustle, isn't it?
Yeah, push it to another level that maybe where you're from you can't do that. So it's like,
do you feel like it's a bit
there,
of a bubble there then, like compared to the rest of America?
Yeah, it feels like, for me, I call it the simulation, me and my friends, because it's just like a bizarre world that like when you're in it just completely, you're just immersed in it. But
I suppose there's a lot of it a bit like London. If you were not from London, you wouldn't really see the real London. Like, a lot of it can be a bit of a stereotype,
exactly. Yeah. But I'm like, I think, I don't know, everyone I know there is just like collaborative, helpful, brings you into situations which I've never had in London,
Whereas that everybody wants to work with everyone there then.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing the people you meet,
but they just like,
with,
someone, say your friend has like something going on, they'll bring you in to come do the stills or do the pictures.
I think that is the culture, though. I think there is that culture of like, I don't know, maybe if it's just British versus American, but like I feel like Americans are a lot more kind of open.
Yeah.
And like,
well, it's like
willing to help.
So you go out in the morning and I've got like 2 pit bulls, walking them down the street, which looks mad. I mean,
is that what you have at home? You have 2 pit bulls at home?
Street. Yeah.
You got 2 now?
Yeah.
I remember you had 1. I was holding for it as a cute little dog.
I got Paris and
I'll
Rizzy.
tell you what, if you walked over here with 2 pit bulls, no one's going to fuck you.
Oh, yeah. So you're like, you're walking down the street and people are like, good morning.
Yeah.
And like, that's from here. You're like, at first,
I have to say though, London is definitely not like that.
No.
I mean, I took the dog out this morning. I definitely don't have a pit bull. She's a little cockapoo, which but she's gorgeous. But I love her. Right. She's black and her name's Olive, if you were asking. But I try and say hello to people all the time. But sometimes people don't respond well to it. It's like you catch them off guard.
Yeah.
No,
But
dogs
it's like
are
literally
cheat code.
everyone you pass in the street, it's like, good morning.
Yeah.
And like so
really.
like optimistic. And I'm like, it's actually really nice.
how you
Even though
doing?
at first when I was here, I thought that was so like cringy. But to actually be around that as like a mentality
It's a
and
nice
like a
way
way
to
to
be.
start your day, it's actually really nice.
That's
It's
like Ireland though. That's why I always struggle to
Yeah.
move to London. Because even Mia, so my fiance, when I bring her to Ireland, we'll be like walking on the street, I'll say hello to someone. She's like, who is that? I was
What's
like,
their
not
problem?
a fucking Scooby Doo.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
whereas here, now to be fair, in Hartford, no one said hello to me for a long time. The hand tattoos, the
Yeah,
way I
it's 'cause
look
you're an
probably doesn't
outcast.
help. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
As soon as I get a little cute little dog, everyone's like, good morning, hello. I'm like,
Oh, what's
yeah.
his name?
So maybe I should get more pit bulls. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's nice. I'm just like, I don't know. It's just like sometimes I feel like in order to grow, you have to go far from
Yeah.
what your security zone is.
Try
which-
something new. And
Yeah.
I do think that's a thing. I don't know if it's Hertfordshire, but because I've travelled a lot too, like when I was a bit younger. But in Hertfordshire, it does seem a lot like people are quite happy which is nothing wrong with it. People are happy just to stay in Hertfordshire and not try something new and go somewhere else. Whereas obviously your mentality was like, let's go somewhere completely different.
Yeah. Yeah.
Try it and see how it
Yeah.
works. But
Yeah.
it's definitely a good way to go, especially in
Yeah.
your career. So
And I'm
it's,
just like, life's too short. Just
Life's
like, if
way
that's
too
what you
short.
feel like you need to do, just go do it.
Get it
If you
done.
can, do it. Because why not?
it's amazing though. It's
Yeah.
quality. But like we were talking about before, to be fair, like some of the people you worked with, like you got like Lenny Kravitz.
Yeah.
Which I mean,
He's
that
mad,
guy
yeah.
is crazy. Like if you think about what he's done as
It
well,
doesn't
Yeah.
get much bigger, really, does it?
No,
but like
insane.
from movies to music, like we were just discussing earlier, like when you listen to the songs, you don't even realize that guy made them songs. Like
yeah,
it's
yeah.
unbelievable. And you got like Pamela, like it must be weird for you. Like, do you view fame and like celebrities a bit differently now than you did before you started work?
Yeah.
Suppose you've got the
it's-
insight now.
So I
haven't
think
you?
I think at first it's like this fucking like this big deal, and you're like, oh, these people, but
Yeah.
like, especially
just
how I
people,
shoot and
huh?
work with people, it's like human connection. I'm like, I'm a weird like introvert, like, I'm not trying to like gas you up, you know. So
Yeah.
for me, it's very much about connecting with someone.
Yeah,
And if I can do that, then we're going to get a great photo because you're going to trust me, I'm going to trust you, and that's what it's about. But
It's building that trust, though, isn't it?
yeah,
Is
So
there
it's
anyone
like, it's
that
like
you've-
anyone, you know. It's
Is there anyone you feel like you've tried to do that and it hasn't quite worked? You don't necessarily have to say names, but have you got like a
Oh
situation?
yeah, some people, but some definitely actually. Probably like late last year, I shot someone who's a musician, like quite a well-known musician, and like it was just hard. But I'm like also at the point where I was like, you just don't care. You've had
Yeah.
enough. You're over it.
Yeah.
And so therefore it's like, okay, let's just do whatever. And this person sent me home early because they were like, I don't want to do
What,
it
they
anymore.
dismissed you.
Well, just like he was just like, you've got it.
Go on, who was
Don't
it?
worry.
Yeah.
But it's also about reading people because then it's like, okay, cool. I'm not going to push you and fucking be like,
Try and get somewhere.
because you can't want to. And
So
I
that's
suppose
about
sometimes
fun.
directing people is difficult though, right?
Yeah,
Because
oh,
you've got to
yeah.
bounce off everyone's energy.
And I'm also always trying to like, usually how I work is like talking to someone and observing them and then like making them redo something or being like, look over there again where you just looked, because that was like a moment where I saw them as themselves. But if someone's not really willing to do that and a bit uptight, like you just
So
have
is
to-
there a process you have with each subject? We'll
I
say,
mean,
right?
ish, yeah. Like usually, honestly, it's through, especially when I shoot on film, it's like it's always through conversation, and it's like finding things that you can, like agree on, or you've both had the same experience and you can connect with. And that's usually how I do it. And then I'll see them maybe like, it could be anything, like just move their hair and look off, and I'll be like, do that again.
I find that fascinating though, because you're talking about you're speaking to them, but yet it's a visual that you're capturing.
Yeah, and I'm like taking everything. It's quite mad. It's like very.
No, I love that. Though. That's cool.
But you literally are living your life through moments, then, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
it's
and just like
these,
soaking it all
But that
in.
is
Like
life,
that's
though, right?
but that's you as yourself. Like rather than
Yeah.
being like stand there and put your foot 1 inch to the left. You
Yeah.
know, like for me that's not
Yeah.
interesting. It's like
Yeah.
who are you and how do I capture that moment? Like freeze it,
It is fascinating.
immortalize
though.
it forever. And
Because
it's
it is
like-
funny, and I'm not. We can only talk from our own experiences, and I've only had one photo shoot with someone. We spoke about it before you
Yeah.
came on, and like obviously I'm someone who's not done anything like that before, but maybe when you've been in the limelight for a very long time, you get used to it, and you know what's expected of you. But as an average person, I think it is so weird to think about it. Like
Yeah.
I think we overthink everything now, especially in this day and age of like social media and that. And I think everyone's used to having pictures taken of them, but then when you're actually being directed by someone to have, you're looking for the shot. Like I think it can be really strange to kind of see yourself in that light.
Yeah.
As the subject.
No,
matter, do you know
definitely.
what I mean?
And even like the few times I've been shot, I'm like, it feels very weird and alien if someone over directs to do something. Because you're like, I'm doing it, but it's like it's not myself.
But did you enjoy being in front of the camera? No, I
Hated it.
prefer being behind.
Yeah.
So how does this make you feel now as well, like this?
I mean, I don't mind it. It's nice. You
Not
guys
too
are
bad.
fun,
I feel like we're quite
so it's
casual, aren't
fun,
we? It's not like-
it's like being with
yeah.
friends and it's chill.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, it's always just for me like conversation. Even like people like Lenny Kravitz, it was like I had a Leica camera, and then that instantly he was like, "Oh, you've got a Leica," and he's like, "I've done a Leica collaboration. I shoot
That's so
Leica,"
yeah.
and then I brought out my medium format, which I shoot everything on, and he was like, "Oh my god, like that's sick." And I was like, "Do you want to shoot on it?" So I showed him how to use it, and then he shot a picture on it, and it's just like even just that, and then it's like cool, like we get each other, we like the same thing.
You connect
Trust
on that.
is
then.
there,
Yeah, building
you know?
that-
It's
yeah, that
like that's
rapport,
what it's
isn't it?
about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I suppose even because what I wanted to ask as well was, I think especially like to me, like I know everyone knows Billie Eilish, and you've because what you shot her and everything.
I did some like video stuff.
Yeah, that was so cool because I don't know if you know, she's actually got Tourette's as well.
Yeah.
And did you see any of her in that world, or
Like
was it not?
a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, because we had a whole day, and like my friend Charlie directed it, and he's amazing. And then I was shooting the VHS stuff.
Was that more behind the scenes of Billie? Was it?
Yeah, it was just like VHS cutaways to cut into the live video, and then, but yeah, she definitely had like tics and
Really?
moments. Yeah.
Because I think like obviously we've all. I think I can't remember what interview it was on, but Billie Eilish saying that she had Tourette's, and I think people were quite shocked.
Yeah.
And I've not find that funny, but I more mean as in what, because she's a multi-award winning, multi-millionaire artist.
Yeah.
That when I can't remember what interview it was. Was it with Louis Theroux? It was someone.
I don't know who it would have been with though.
Anyway, but I just found it quite funny when she came out and said she had Tourette's. People were quite shocked, and I'm like, oh, what's the problem? But like, well, that doesn't affect what she does day to day. And I've always been questioned on that myself. Like,
I know it's definitely evident, but she,
Really?
But then as soon as she started singing, that was like,
She's unbelievable.
insane.
yeah,
and that was like,
it's-
they filmed that on my birthday, so I'm just like in this room, and she's like where you are, and I'm like, this is mad.
but is there like aura around her?
I mean, yeah.
Can you kind of feel it?
Yeah, and I feel like that's like with a lot of people. Like as soon as they walk in the room, it's just like
There's a reason.
the
that they're
charisma
there.
and the aura around them. Like it is engaging. You can't like leave them alone. You're just like, okay, cool. There's something about you.
No, I love
But yeah, no, definitely. But like also really nice and just humble.
I think she comes across
and
humble.
kind and talks to everyone. And introduces herself.
But I think when you're at that point, why the fuck wouldn't you be like that?
But people don't.
No.
You know, and they're like surrounded by like an entourage. So it's like. It's
Do you ever
nice when
struggle with that,
people-
like dealing with egos that you maybe have to just shut up and take it and be like,
I
oh, I
mean,
didn't like
yeah,
it.
a bit. But
I
I feel
would
like
struggle.
how I am, I'm like, it's quite hard to come with that vibe because I'm just the opposite. I'm like, I'm
Quite
not
just
trying to push too much.
I mean, we've been chatting for the past like hour or two, and you're very, very laid back in the best
I'm
way.
not trying to entertain all of
You just
them.
wanna get
I'm
your
like, just
job
come
done,
as you
like,
are, and
it's-
like let's just like, have a laugh and make it easy.
That's
I never want people to feel stressed or on edge because I'm like, I get it, like
Gingers have no soul.
that part.
So just touching again on like talking about Billie Eilish, especially like behind the scenes when you was filming with her.
Yeah.
Did you notice her tics and stuff? with her
Yeah, I
Tourette's?
mean, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think it was very much a thing of like, I guess even her warming into the shoot and warming into the day, it's like, there are moments where she was like ticking and we just like give her a breather and give her a minute just
Really?
to like, okay, we don't need to start right now.
It's so nice
Take
to
a few
hear
minutes
that though.
and then we'll get back into it. And like
Yeah.
everyone was like super cool and just like,
Because I think especially someone of her caliber
Yeah.
within the industry, like I just it's just lovely to hear that you know people are kind of not only taking notice but like respecting it.
Yeah,
And not that
yeah.
they wouldn't.
Yeah.
But I think the fact that she does have to deal with that,
yeah.
as well as you know being constantly on camera, constantly
Yeah.
being filmed, singing. I mean that must
Yeah.
be really difficult. I can't imagine if I had a singing voice to be able to like kind of control
Yeah.
myself. But I know a lot of people with Tourette's can suppress it, so I don't know whether she can or
Yeah.
not. But
I mean, even her just like in the room is like very much like, she's like the boss, you know? She knows what she wants. She knows the shot she wants, the lighting. She's like fully,
she's got a vision.
yeah, exactly.
But she's one of those
So-
kind of artists. She's been doing it since day dot.
Yeah,
hasn't she?
yeah, she knows exactly
The
what
moment
she's
she
doing.
can command a
you know?
room, she
Yeah.
commanded the
She
room.
knows how it needs to look, and that's it.
Yeah,
Like,
I absolutely find her fascinating.
yeah,
As such
same.
an
I think she's
advocate.
amazing,
that
and at such a
prefer-
young age as well. And
Such
just,
because
like,
how old is she now? She's not even.
early 20s probably.
Yeah.
Like she's
Is
young.
she?
yeah,
But she
like
does have
23,
that,
20.
like, and again, we talk about that aura, but she has that kind of aura of
Oh
someone
yeah,
who is not just because of the industry, but I think actually she's got that kind of vibe of like, fuck, it's Ryan. Sorry, hard dick. Sorry, hard dick. Ryan Hard Dick.
My last name's Hardwick, by the way.
Yeah, that's
Right.
and he's getting on my wick. Right,
he's getting on.
hard Ryan.
Sorry.
What are we talking about? Billie
right.
Eilish.
Billie Eilish, yeah, her aura.
How can we forget her aura? No, but she has got that aura of someone who is like wise beyond her years already. And especially in the industry, you must be like chewed up and spat out all the time, but you've got to keep your shit together.
Yeah. No, totally. No, she's amazing. Like, especially at that time, she was like one of my top people to shoot. So just even getting to go and just do some bits on VHS on my birthday, I was like,
That is
a hell of a birthday wish.
surreal. Like, she's like a meter away just singing, and I'm like,
and you did it. That's a
incredible.
birthday gift.
But so cool, yeah.
It's
like insane experience. One of those, like when the day ends, you're like,
oh,
it just feels surreal, like it didn't happen, you know?
You
And then it
walk
takes
away
a few days,
yeah.
and then you're like, fuck, like, wow.
need to go back into it.
Yeah.
One of these
No,
days.
incredible.
That is mad. I mean, yeah. I just think that's wild.
That would be the other one, to be fair, because, I mean, especially, well, Pamela Anderson.
Yeah.
I think is mental.
That was pretty mad.
Because that is mental, because she's like, well, to people all over the world, everybody knows Pamela Anderson. And how did that actually come? Well, everyone does.
Before Rosie came in, we said she's worked with Pamela Anderson.
Oh,
and Ryan went, I'm seeing her soon.
Yeah.
We're like, what do you mean you've seen her soon?
Genuinely, wait.
And he was like, oh no, I'm seeing them in concert. I'm
I
like,
was like, what?
what do you mean Pamela Anderson in concert? And we were like, Ryan, what do you think about it? He was like, Anderson Paak.
He's lit as well.
Two very different people
Two very lit
with
people.
very different agendas.
I love both.
I love both.
Same, I love
I love
both.
Anderson Paak.
No,
But yeah.
sorry to mug you off, Ryan, but it was funny.
He gets it every episode.
He
Poor Ryan.
does.
Shout out Ryan.
Yeah, that's my fault. That one.
I had to do it. I'm so sorry. Graham gives Ryan the love, and I just fucking slag
I
him
do
off.
love Ryan. That's what it
Rinse
is.
him.
But no, how did
Let's go back to Pamela.
yeah, no, but how did that come across? How did that
Pammy.
come about?
And also, was
initially?
that recent? Sorry, was that?
That was about just over a year ago. So
Oh,
yeah,
really? Oh, okay, cool.
last time I was back in England actually, and my little cousin works in film, but she's like, I don't really exactly know what she does, but she works in like PR in the film industry, and she just randomly DM'd me on Instagram and was like, do you want to shoot Pamela Anderson tomorrow? And
I saw that in your video.
and I replied like, lol, yeah. Like thinking this isn't gonna happen. Next thing I know, she's like, check your inbox.
Like
And
Pamela
then,
Anderson, the drag
yeah,
show or
like-
something. Like,
I'm like,
Someone called
what's
Mark.
going on here?
yeah.
And then like her like PR agent had like emailed me and been like, oh yeah, we're looking for someone to shoot Pamela tomorrow,
you?
which was on Sunday in Covent Garden at like 7 a.m. And I was like, all right. So then I spoke to her on the phone. I was like, cool, let's do it. Get there, I'm shook. I'm like, okay, this is quite mad because like, I'd watched her documentary, absolutely thought she was fucking amazing from watching that, like completely changed my perspective of how I thought she was. And I was like, wow, she's really cool. She's proper like rock and roll, you know, like sick.
Old school.
And then got
Hey,
to Covent
bae.
Garden. I'm like, oh my God, here I
Baywatch.
go. Like,
Baywatch.
here I go. Yeah, Baywatch, babe.
Yeah,
Walk
literally.
into like this nice hotel she's staying at, and she's just sat there with her
tits out.
PR. With her PR. And then I sit down and she's just like, do you want a coffee? And it was all just like very surreal.
You're sitting looking at this woman who's like,
And I'm just like, this is
And
mad.
again, I think Pamela is like,
But also it's rare that you go and it's like that situation where it's so just like normal. Like usually it's like, okay, get to work. She's like, sit down, have a coffee, take your jacket off. And I'm like, all right, cool. And then she's like, I'm going to go off and change. And then when I come back, let's do some pics outside. So we go outside and like, when I tell you like Covent Garden, like which is usually rammed, it's just empty. It's like a film set, and we're both like, "This is mad." And she's like, "It's like a film set," and I'm like, "I know." And I'm like,
she would know.
Yeah,
Like,
she
would know.
If anyone's gonna know,
you'd
Yeah.
hope she would.
Pammy's gonna know.
Pammy. Oh.
And then,
Can I call her Pammy?
yeah, call her.
I'm
Pammy.
going to call her Pammy.
And then like,
I'm planning to meet her.
and then we're like, we take some pictures, and then out of nowhere, she just looks at me and she's like, "Do you want to come to Paris?"
No way.
I'm
Oh, I'd be so
like-
gassed.
sorry. Let's just make it clear. Pammy
Yeah,
invited you to Paris.
yeah. She just said, "Do you want to come to Paris?"
What,
And I
same
was-
day?
I was just like, "Yeah."
It's like Mr. Big and
I
Carrie.
had no idea though. I was like, "Yeah." And then when she's like, "Oh, talk to the PR assistant when you go in," I was like, "All right, cool."
But did you feel like it was going to happen from that point? Do you feel like
I
it's
don't know, but I
she
feel
might
like
have said
it's
it?
a test as well. Like
Yeah.
probably they needed someone, but they
Right.
want to meet you first and see
Yeah,
if you're
yeah.
like weird or not.
Right.
You
How
know?
soon after did you go to Paris then?
It was like 3 days after.
That's so cool.
So we're like, we shot all these pictures. She did an outfit change. We shot some more. It was all like quick, rapid, and then she went off. And then I was like, okay. So she said I should come to Paris. And she was like, yeah, I'm going to text you your Eurostar ticket, whatever. So I went home and I was just, honestly, in my head was just spinning. I was like, did that happen? It was
That
just
must
like,
be-
it happened so quickly and it was all just like, a lot's going on. But she's also like the most humble, normal person, like so just going up and styling herself. No one's there to help her.
She's doing her own thing.
She just took her hair out, you know, it's just her.
She's with Liam Neeson now, right?
Well, I don't know if they
don't know.
they
Are
seemed
they still
like
together?
I hope so. I love
I
it.
think they are. I think they are.
I mean, they look like they should be together.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
they look
cool,
like proper
cool
Hollywood
fucking
couple.
They're better than Hollywood couple.
Oh,
They're
100%. No,
And him
but,
in Taken,
but I think
I
with
never
all that
forget
shit,
that
they are
shit.
basically
That shit's
like
in my brain.
they come
Liam
across
Neeson.
like the out of Hollywood couple, like the couple that have beat Hollywood. That's
I'd
what it seems
Yeah.
like. to
fucking
me.
love Liam Neeson though.
I do, but just some of the Taken films I just can't take.
What do you mean? Taken.
I
the
love
first
them
the
all.
first one, though.
Can I be honest? Do you know what really fucks me off about Taken?
What?
Maybe the two. Do you remember his daughter that he's
Yeah.
trying to save? It was her running.
I do know. What you mean,
I've struggled with my legs. She must have done too.
You think she had FND?
I think she had something wrong with her. I don't know. She's running like electrified. I don't know. If anyone wants to watch it back, when she wants to go,
I need to watch it
they're in an
again.
airport
I need to
somewhere, and
focus
she
on the
runs up
legs.
to her dad or something. It's like
Yeah.
she's doing a fucking sack race or something.
Well, I wasn't.
Bang on the bag.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What the cat?
I don't know what she was
Where
on,
did you
mate.
mean
She was on something.
Oh well, yeah. Well, so apart from fucking
But
taking
then-
Liam Neeson's daughter having cat legs, what did you?
But next thing you know, I'm on Eurostar to Paris, and I'm like,
So let's get back to the topic at hand. Yeah. So Pammy.
and then yeah, next thing you know,
Sorry.
3 days later, on in like a Eurostar to Paris. I'm like, this is mental.
Pammy.
What was the shoot for?
It was just like for her.
Just for her.
Just
Yeah.
rather than her like being papped or whatever, she was very discreet and low key and just wanted to control her image that goes out to the press. She's cool. But then I just went to Paris and met them. And then just like, we just had a little van that we just whipped around in. And then we'd look out the window and be like, yeah, let's jump out and shoot them. Like we jump out and Pammy would be like, right, just follow me. And she'd like run off. And I'm like,
And if
running
you
after
want to
me.
Were you
see,
the only photographer on that? Then?
yeah, it was just me and her really.
because if you want to see these pictures on Rosie's Instagram, honestly, like the way you've just said it, then you're in a van and you're just putting out.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it looked like that, but actually now
But
you've
it's that
said
vibe,
that, you
isn't
can
it? Yeah.
completely see that. You just saw a location.
And there
you
was
thought, that
no
looks
plan.
cool.
And then she's like, oh, let's go to like my favourite hotel. And so we stop off there and just have a coffee. We sit and get a
Yeah.
coffee outside, take some pics.
And that's what comes across, that you're literally
It
like
was
some
very personal
Parisian
to her.
cafe.
She's like, this is my favourite hotel. This is where I want to get a coffee. This is where I want to go to see the church. This is where I want to go to the graveyard. Like
She knows
it
her
was all
shit.
like stories that were like personal to her. And so we just like went around and did that. And then I went and got on the Eurostar back to King's Cross. And I'm like,
that must have been a
was
weird
mental.
moment sitting on that train by yourself,
What a
being like, "What
whirlwind.
the hell has just
just mad.
happened?"
Then I get back to my parents' house like,
But in that moment, yeah, like you almost sitting on the train, like these people don't know what I've just done.
yeah, no, it's crazy. I was
surreal.
like, wow. And we shot some like Polaroids. I was looking at them, but like, just mad.
That is so quality.
Like,
that
really
is
mad.
like it's. We're in the same presence as Pamela. Like,
Yeah.
But it's just surreal. It's like those moments that it's really taught me as well to like appreciate like when that stuff is happening or you want to shoot, just be like as in the moment as possible because once it's over,
it's
just
done.
a memory, isn't it? So
And
it's
that's it
like
then, I suppose.
try and really soak it up and enjoy it. We even like went into a little dog shop and she was getting her dog some like fake like croissant toys.
Do you ever,
Like just
do you ever
mad
just,
stuff.
That's how you know they're real people, though.
But like so nice. It's like
do
you
you ever
get
just
to
message
really...
Pammy when you fancy it?
No.
No, you didn't grab her Insta or a number or anything? Snapchat?
No.
You'll never get.
Snapchat, yeah.
You'll
I've
never
never
Me and
used
Pammy on the
Snapchat.
Snapchat.
That's what the young people do, isn't it?
Snapchat.
Can I grab
I
your
was gonna
snap?
say.
Sorry, Pammy, can I just grab your snap?
Is there anyone then that you haven't worked with that you look at and you're like, oh, hopefully one day I could try and do
You know
that?
what? The person I really want to shoot is Frank Ocean.
That is cool, but you can't find the fucker.
I mean, you know
He's-
what? When he went live on Instagram, he followed me, but he's since unfollowed me, which is quite sad. But
Frank.
we've spoken on Instagram,
You talked to
it.
Frank Ocean.
and I'm like,
Oh,
you're the one I want.
That's
mate,
cool.
Frank
Because
Ocean
I
is.
like, do you know what I love? Like mysterious, low key people that are just like so like in their creative shit that it's just like it's for themselves and they're
Yeah.
not trying
He
to.
loves it.
Because
for
didn't
what it is.
he release an album that he didn't put under his own name?
I don't know.
Am I getting confused with someone else? I'm sure he released music
Tom
not
Hardy's
under his
done
own
that, but I
name.
don't know if-
And then
Dunno.
it did really well, but people no, everyone
No,
got,
I don't think so.
I know.
Oh, I made that up then.
I think you might have made that up. Yeah,
Possible.
mate, Frank
tell
Ocean
us.
though. Yeah, literally. Go and have a look.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, Frank. I mean,
But
I
I
used
love
to.
him, like in his music, like
But he's unbelievable though.
yeah, incredible.
He's in Amsterdam. Well, I hear.
in
you know,
Tokyo, Amsterdam.
everywhere. I mean, I used to shave my head, bleach it, and try and get myself to look like Frank
Yeah.
Ocean. Obviously, it doesn't work very well, but I've
He
tried.
is black and you are white.
yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Just to
True.
establish
Yeah.
that.
If you didn't know.
That's for the listeners.
Yeah.
Just to paint the picture. Sorry. Just in case anyone thought Caolan was anything but.
But I
Yeah,
think
no.
there's some like I don't know. For me, there's some like magic in it's like he's not that easily accessible. So if you do get that moment with him, it's like quite special and like.
All I ever see of him now is like
timeless.
randomly cycling the bike through Amsterdam, and I was like,
Yeah,
is that Frank Ocean?
yeah.
It's like, yeah, it is Frank Ocean.
Imagine if you were just chilling in Amsterdam with a joint and Frank Ocean went past. I don't think you'd believe it.
No, you
I don't
probably
think so. I don't think I can move.
I
quick
definitely thought I saw Frank Ocean just then.
I'm definitely putting that in
Oh,
there. That is, you'll get there one day, 100%. That'd be such a
That's
gangster.
my.
He needs to start making music again, then, really, doesn't he?
I know.
Yeah.
I've
know if he
told
needs
him. I've
to, though.
DM'd him enough. I'm like,
You can't do
come
it
on.
again. You pushed it
Come on.
now.
Who have you rubbed shoulders with, Caolan? Who's the biggest person you've rubbed shoulders with or worked with?
I don't know. I did. What's like Cola Bikini for Ted Lasso? That was pretty cool. And then you're like,
Yeah.
I remember being in a lift with, what's his name? Who's Ted Lasso? Who's the guy? What's his name? He's a massive actor.
Well,
Jason, is it Sudeikis? No, maybe it is. I don't know. He's Ted Lasso, that guy. I remember he brought me up to his room and I was sitting there thinking, I think this is that Donnie from fucking We're the Millers. You know what I mean? I was like,
Yeah, well, I can't remember what his name is now.
yeah.
But yeah,
I think it's Jason Sudeikis. That was cool.
I feel like he's really recognisable, that guy. Yeah.
Well, he had a massive mustache at the time, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, that was cool. And then Citadel, I did that show, but I don't even know if that's out, to be honest. And then I got death stared by Priyanka Chopra and I shit myself. I genuinely, that was the first time in my life I was like, that woman's going to kill me with her eyes. I fell into her and I splashed her a little bit. But then,
Splashed her with what?
well, it was pissing down. We were in Blenheim Palace in wherever that is Winston Churchill's gaff. And I've just accidentally slipped. And
Racist.
I've never been stared at in my life like that by someone. And I remember calling my mum after, like, I think she's going to kill me, this woman. I was like, Stanley Tucci was there. That was cool.
Mm.
Which is cool.
But no, I haven't done that many people.
Mm.
But you have, so it's fine. As long as Frank Ocean gets
How
his
about
hair
you?
off me.
Right,
I've rubbed shoulders with quite a few people.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got someone who's massive. Did I bring this up before? Did I say it before? I don't want to tell another
Bring it
story
up,
that I've
come on,
already
bring
told.
it
I met The Rock.
Oh,
yeah.
you haven't talked
Did I
about
talk
that
about
yet.
it?
Yo,
No.
let's
That's
talk
quite
about
a
that.
flex. Yeah.
that is.
So people aren't going to believe it.
Mm.
Did you catch that?
No, the reason people won't believe it, not because it's The Rock, is because I actually met him in the gym. That's why people won't believe it,
Okay.
because I don't go gym. But there was a very brief amount of time that I did like really take it seriously, and it was a gym in Cheshunt, and called Monster Gym, and it's like a bodybuilder's gym. But anyway, I was there about 8 o'clock on a Sunday morning, and it's about half an hour into my workout, and over the tannoy just suddenly went, "Please don't approach Dwayne. He's here to train like the rest of us." And I wasn't even fucking paying attention. I was like, I didn't know they had a tannoy, and I took my earphones off. I looked around, and I'm like, Dwayne The Rock Johnson has just walked in, and I'm looking at him, I'm like, it's not a cardboard cutout, it's him. And I went straight up to him and shook his hand. I was like, Dwayne, I love your work,
I
man.
love you.
What else are you going to say? I
there's not
couldn't even
much.
think what
Classic.
films he was in at that point or what he'd ever done. I wasn't like big on WWE, but like, I obviously just absolutely fascinating. But
Perfect
and
after the
he's-
tannoy saying leave him alone.
and then they
Straight
did actually
COVID.
say like, please don't approach him. He's here to train like we are. And then I'd already done it, but yeah. And then I left after that. But like, again, aura.
Mm.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
someone who's just got
he's
it.
massive, isn't he?
I don't think he goes to that gym often now, but I think this is before he did.
We
like,
can
the
imagine
Iron
so you're
Paradise.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson in Cheshunt.
I think he has like a
Friday.
travelling gym, but no, but this gym was like a proper bodybuilder's gym that he went to when he was in London.
Mm.
But yeah,
Mad.
he's one of my flexes. I also went for a piss next to Ronnie Wood.
Did you?
I did, yeah. Me and Ronnie. Yeah, I finished my piss before him, so it shows his age. But he seemed nice. Yeah,
I bet he did.
Ronnie
yeah.
Wood was really nice. He had his shades on while pissing. I'm sure he couldn't see it, and he was very slow.
That's a good one.
Yeah, Ronnie Wood. I forget about that one a lot. That was actually in a
Yeah,
pub
it's a
in
good
Bath.
one.
Yeah.
To be fair, the one out of everything that you've done, it's a bit of a weird one because I don't think everyone, unless you like skating, you wouldn't know. But I remember after we started talking and I saw you had photos with like Eshod Wear.
Mm.
You're
For
buzzing
me,
about that.
I loved it because like because when I was a kid, well, not even a kid. I mean, he's probably the same age as me.
Mm.
But like I remember growing up looking at because I used to love skating, and if you don't know him, he's a professional skater. But I used to love him. You take photos. You've got a story just like drinking shots of fucking tequila with Eshod Wear, and I've like fucking. I
I mean,
we
we got in that world. We got a few mutual friends like Nico Haraga,
Yeah.
know him, and then Sean Molto.
Yeah.
And then so Shod also loves photography, so we were
so he's
just
into it as
like,
well.
let's do a shoot, and then we finally met up, had some beers, and then he also has his own dark room, so we just like, and he's got a crazy collection of cameras and film.
So he's into it as much as you are then. Well,
yeah, so we were like, okay, let's shoot some pics, and then he was like, okay, let's go to my dark room, and I'll show you my setup.
quality photos too. To be fair,
Like,
That's one way
yeah,
to lure you in, isn't it?
yeah.
It
But I
is.
was
A
gassed.
Dark room.
Come to the
Nice.
dark room.
Smooth.
Scared me a bit, but I was gassed when I saw that. Don't
Yeah.
even know why, but I just
No,
loved that
sick.
guy. I
It's
was
so
like,
fun and just like, but yeah, he's a super photography like geek.
like
Way
yourself.
more than me though. Way more. Than
More?
me. Yeah, definitely.
He
'Cause I
hasn't
have
done as
like
well,
my
yeah.
few cameras that I'm like, okay, that's my setup. But he's like,
Oh,
he's got everything. He's got his own
fascinating.
dark room.
Oh,
I
God,
don't have
Yeah, it's
that.
pretty mad.
it's a good life for him.
I'm
Then,
like,
yeah.
yeah.
I'll see what skating could do for people.
Yeah.
I think it's been fun. I'm trying to think of anything else, but to be fair, it's been a proper little fun conversation today. Like it's just fascinating to hear the differences in life, and obviously you're going back to LA this week, and it's all going to
Yeah.
kick off. And you were saying you're going back
Get
and
back
tour in
to
Europe, and then so you're back and forth like a fucking yo-yo. You
I
are.
know,
Yeah, I was
basically.
gonna say, yeah,
Walking
No, it's
yo-yo.
interesting.
But no, I'm excited. I'm like, I think it's going to be
big year.
a good year. Yeah.
It's a cool
I'm
position to
ready.
be in, though, right?
Yeah, and it's a nice balance of like even just like music stuff and like getting on really well with the people you work with is amazing because
Yeah.
it makes it just like so much more enjoyable. And then like me and Rita are shooting a personal project, so hopefully that will
Cool.
see the light of day in a year or two.
On
And
a
then
year or two, yeah.
no, it's a big old project. And then
Because you're going on tour with her, aren't you?
we've got a tour coming up. Well, she's just playing loads of festivals this summer, like so many.
And you're heading off.
So
with
I'm
her.
gonna hang out with her.
So you got a fun summer ahead then.
Yeah.
Well, hectic summer, I
Around
imagine,
Europe,
but yeah.
And then hopefully later in the year do like a personal project. I really want to do an exhibition.
Would you do that in
Print
LA? Do you think?
huge pictures, like 7-foot pictures. I want them to be
Wow.
like intense in your face.
Would they be like
Portraits, yeah,
Right,
just really
okay.
intense. Because I feel like everything's just like on a screen, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
And the whole point of it is to be
In it.
like mesmerizing and lost in it. So I want to just do that.
Cool. Would you do that in LA? Do you think, or London?
Probably to start with LA and then do London.
You back over. I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah,
That'd be
I just
good.
want it to be
Yeah.
great though. So I'm not in a rush. I want it to be like
Enjoy life.
worth the wait, and then do a little video series to go with it.
Okay.
And then we'll see what happens.
You got stuff
Honestly, you
going on
can't. You
then,
never
yeah.
know what's going to happen.
I'm looking forward to seeing
Every
all of it.
week it changes so much.
Well, if you
like,
need
what's
anyone
happening.
to like, interview you or Rita,
Well, if you're looking for Keith Lemon to show up on one of these photos, yeah, I was going to say.
I know where
I
it's
can
come.
put, I can
I
put
know
the
where
rap
it's
in my
come.
hand as well. I can do the whole shebang. Wanking
Oh.
injury.
Perfect.
So when we're next in LA, we'll hit
Well,
you
you know
up.
where
and
to
we'll,
come.
Yeah, we know where to go. No, 100%. If you
know.
can't fucking say that,
No,
because I will.
no,
call
we're
her.
locked in. Come on.
Alright, sweet.
He'll be there next week.
We're staying with Rosie. Yeah,
You'll be on the
yeah.
same flight.
Yeah. Come to my mad house.
100%.
No, but thank you for this, though. It's been good.
Thank
And it's been
you.
yeah,
It's
An
been
absolute
great.
pleasure
Love
getting
it.
to know you as well. Appreciate it.
Oh,
yeah, and if
likewise.
anyone's watching, definitely go and have a look at the Instagram
Yeah.
because it is quality. Some of it,
Honestly,
like
go and
it's-
check out some of her shots. Unbelievable.
and gingers do have souls.
We have
Yeah.
souls, I promise.
But they're bare creepy.